After 5 weeks, the NFC North has become the most unpredictable, drama-filled division in the NFL. 40-40 tie in prime time. Rookie quarterback benched for a journeyman. The Lions looking like legitimate Super Bowl contenders. The Packers at 2-1-1 coming off a bye week. The division race is wide open. What happens in the next 12 weeks could define the entire NFC playoff picture.
Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby. It's a new era. I wake up early feeling rich like I'm cash.
Welcome in another episode of Sounds Good. Thank you everybody for coming back and taking a listen to us. My name is Rob Ralph. I am riding solo today, so there is no Jordan Olson. He does wish you all very well. Just know that we have new content every Wednesday, Saturday, and Mondays for recaps now on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Please make sure to give us a like, sub, and follow us on those platforms. We are still doing a promo, and every new 50 subscribers, we're going to be giving away some Sounds Good swags. Also, we have unlocked Super Chat, Super Stickers, and Super Thanks as another way that you can be able to interact and engage with our channel. So, as I was alluding to, the NFC North is a juggernaut of a division. I still think it's one of the best divisions in football, if not the best. I understand that there might be some arguments for some other divisions for sure, but I am biased here as a Packers fan. So let's just do exactly that. Let's take a look at everybody else in the division, not named the Green Bay Packers, and see how they're sitting. So the Detroit Lions, let's just start with them. Man, week one seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it? But they are sitting pretty at 4-1. Record and recent performance, currently 4-1 and leading the NFC North. Obviously, week one loss, the only loss on their resume to our Green Bay Packers, 27-17 at Lambeau. First road loss since 2023 NFC Championship. Week two, beat the Bears at home. Week three, beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Week four, beat the Browns. And then week five, just this last weekend, absolutely dominated the Cincinnati Bengals 37-24 on the road, even though that the Bengals came back and made that one very interesting. And obviously haven't lost since week one. So obviously they have offensive firepower. They're starting to get it together, averaging 34.8 points per game, top in the NFL. Jared Goff is playing some really good, efficient football. Running back duo of Sonic and Knuckles, aka Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, are playing really well. Tight end Sam LaFlorida is making some plays. And obviously they have multiple receiving threats, as well as Isaac Tesla, who is surely coming around and having a really good rookie start to his rookie season. Some defensive concerns, though, for the Lions. The secondary dealing with significant injuries. DJ Reed just put on IR for a hammy. Manuel Arnold out extended time with a shoulder. And Khalil Dorsey still dealing with a concussion. But despite injuries, they are still obviously finding ways to win, and the defense is improving as the season is going along. So some key upcoming games for them, though. Sunday Night Football at Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs did just barely lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars on an absolutely, I want to call it, crazy play because Trevor Lawrence fell down for a while, for forever. It seemed like got back up and scored a touchdown in the red zone there. I think it was a 2-yard line, 1-yard line. It's pretty close up there. But anyway, just wild. But you never know, right? Like the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously they won more than a few different types. They have won more than a few Super Bowls. And they can always catch fire, at any time. Andy Reid is one of the best, if not the best head coaches in the NFL. So that'll be a really tough game for them. It should be a good litmus test, too, to see if they're true Super Bowl contenders. If they do win, too, they go 5-1 and pull further ahead in this division. So bottom line, Dan Campbell has built a legitimate championship contender again. Well coached. It's a physical team, a talented roster too as well. But our Packers did beat them in week one. That proves they are beatable. So just don't forget that, Detroit Lions fans, if there's any of you guys listening out there. But you guys are doing good. Currently 2 games ahead of the Packers in the loss column. Division race could slip away if they keep on winning. So it'll be really, really important for the Packers to come out of the gates hot, and hopefully the Detroit Lions can slip up a little bit. But for right now, the Detroit Lions look like a very, very good football team, and definitely the number one team in the NFC North, in my opinion. The Minnesota Vikings. So the team that is the Jekyll and Hyde at 3-2. Quarterback situation for them. Obviously, JJ McCarthy, the rookie first rounder, injured from last year. Carson Wentz now starting at quarterback. Wentz making NFL history. First quarterback to start for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive seasons. It's a crazy stat. McCarthy struggled in week 1 before injury. Major uncertainty at that most important position. So season results for them: record 3-2. For the Minnesota Vikings, week 1 they did beat the Chicago Bears 27-24. JJ his first start of the season. Then back at home, they lost to the Falcons 22-6. Absolutely got their butts kicked. And JJ McCarthy did truly look like a rookie quarterback. Then they stayed at home and they beat the Cincinnati Bengals with Carson Wentz at the helm. His first game, 48-10. Absolutely destroyed them. They lost to the Steelers 24-21 in Ireland, and then stayed over the pond in England and beat the Browns 21-17. So some massive injury problems for them. The offensive line is decimated with multiple starters out. Linebacker Blake Cashman out since week 1. Hammy playing nearly a third of the starters injured in recent weeks. Kevin O'Connell trying to definitely hold this team together. Injuries could derail the season on down the stretch, and or what continues to happen at the quarterback position. Remaining weapons, though, they still have Justin Jefferson. He's still one of the best wide receiver in the game. Aaron Jones still running hard. Brian Flores' defense can be opportunistic, which is really good for them, and then role players stepping up. Bottom line for this team, though, feels more like a 1-4 team that got lucky than a legit 3-2 squad, in my opinion. Wentz won't beat teams with his arm. I think that's for sure. The offensive line injuries are definitely a major concern. Same sort of thing for the Packers and the line play. McCarthy could change everything if/when he returns and how he looks. Probably likely to fade down the stretch, but of course I'm biased on that. Should be beatable for Packers when the teams meet, but you never know. The division rivals, they know each other very well, and anything can happen. But I think that this Minnesota Vikings team is not as good as the other teams in this division. Moving on to the Chicago Bears, new coach, same old Bears at 2-2. The Ben Johnson era, record 2-2 under new head coach Ben Johnson. Obviously, Johnson was Detroit's offensive coordinator before taking the Bears job. High expectations, as it always is every offseason for the Bears, but the reality is not matching the hype so far. Although they've had a couple really good games here. I don't want to say really good, but they've had some better games here the last couple of games that they've put out there, and they look a lot better than they did the first weeks. I mean, but to sum the start of the season up though for them, I mean, they lost to the Vikings 27-24 at home. And they came back and they went to the Lions and they got absolutely billywicked 52-21. Then went back home, won against the Cowboys 31-14. And then at the Raiders, they beat them 25-24. So a tale and a split of 4 different games, but a historically bad run defense, allowing 6 yards per carry through 4 games, would be second worst in NFL history if season ended today, allowing 29.3 points per game. That's 20 in the NFL. Dennis Allen, the DC, struggling to fix the issues. For playoff aspiring team, completely unacceptable, and that's definitely going to come back to hurt them. Offensive performance and quarterback Caleb Williams is definitely showing flashes, scoring 25.3 points per game, which is about middle of the pack. Not the most explosive offense everyone expected with Ben Johnson at the helm. Functional offense, but nothing that's lighting up the scoreboard, that is for sure. Division standings, 0-2 in the division games, lost to Minnesota and Detroit. Probably going to lose to the Packers, fighting for third place with the Vikings. Looking ahead, Monday Night Football with Washington, the Manders coming up next. Caleb Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels, top 2 picks from 2024 from the 2024 draft. Big test for a young quarterback. But the bottom line, team in transition with rookie head coach, young quarterback. Defense can't stop anybody. Projected to finish for them around 7-10 or maybe 8-9. I don't think they're catching the Lions. I don't think that they're better than a healthy Packers team. They absolutely must sweep games for Packers for playoff hopes this year if they want to do anything. So, and that is a little bit of insight for the Chicago Bears. So, final thoughts and division outlook. So, current standing summary: the Lions 4-1, division leaders and definitely Super Bowl contenders. The Vikings 3-2, surviving on luck, major injury concerns. Packers 2-1-1, very very talented but inconsistent, and that tie definitely hurts. And the Bears 2-2 in transition, historically bad defense so far. Key division storylines to look out for here for the rest of the other lines look like the team to beat. Vikings playing with house money due to injuries, and the Bears, I don't think that they're really ready to compete yet. Division could come down to week 18 for sure. Every divisional game matters. Obviously, we say that every year. Some things to watch out though for the Lions at Chiefs Sunday night. That is definitely going to be a test. Vikings injury situation post bye. The Bears defense improvement or maybe lack thereof. And then how teams handle brutal November/December schedules and who can pull away, who can play better football as the season progresses. A final prediction though, and this pains me to say, but the Lions 12-5, divisional winners. Packers 11-5-1, getting a wild card spot. Vikings 9-8 and missing the playoffs. The Bears 7-10 with another building year. So Packers fans, that's a little bit of a look around the NFC North. What did I miss? I'm sure I missed more than a few different types of things. Jordan should be back this next Saturday, and he might have a thing or two to let you guys know about some stuff that is going on with him. So please make sure to tune in for that. But drop your predictions in the comments. Let me know what you think. Maybe there's a storyline. Maybe there's something to watch I missed. Who wins the NFC North? What is your prediction for Packers, the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions? And then make sure to subscribe to us every week. We have content every Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. I am at Sounds Gouda with 3 A's, and Jordan is at Olson Jord. And make sure to hit that notification bell too. We have tried to put out the best content we can every week. We hope that you guys enjoy it, and we hope that if you would like to hear something else or some other types of storylines or topics or whatever it might be, please put those down in the comments. We take those to heart. We read each and every one very diligently because we care about you guys. We really want to build a community out of this. So let us know. But until next time, Packers Nation, we hope that you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. Take care. Go Pack Go.
Been wanted this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the